Hmm. I should have wrote shit down. Let me aura farm real quick. My social battery is drained. For real, for real. Just came from hearing a lot of niggas cop a lot of pleas like, oh brother, you know we we brothers. It's never been nothing. I'll tell you, sending me that owl emoji in my DM ain't gonna man nothing. That's what you be driving the trailer like a Bugatti. This is a cigarette. Oh, or gambling is bad. You don't want to aura gamble. This isn't working. It's not working. Ash is helping. Ash is helping. What are they spelling? Dookie? What? No way they have a bet on the bet. Ow. See, and then my mom spraying me in the face with I don't even know. I muted the audio. So they just look even more stupid.
DJ
Look,
SK, hit it.
Play that.
they were in the
Sosco
wrong
plays Vivek.
order.
We open our
But
jackets.
what were they
I'm
trying?
What
What did they even spell?
We rearrange.
This is how.
Wait, I'm
Formation.
Slow mo, take it off.
Code
Slow mo.
dot. Code Vivette.
Song keeps playing.
I'm done.
We turn around.
I'm done.
Dang.
I'm done.
Application accepted.
Wait.
Instantly.
What
And
in
then-
the item shop? Why? What is Code Vivette?
Well, I wonder why. Stack it to the sky.
And if it all goes to hell?
I think it blazing the Asian.
Wait, y'all don't think he's gonna like that?
Oh, this is fire.
Wait, what?
Wait,
what?
Good.
Said we never see in stream review.
Oh, do you guys
Yeah, y'all get
like
chill,
my
bro.
new
Yo, we're
thing?
not gonna get denied, bro.
Worst comes to worst, they put us in the special ed class. Okay, at least we're in there.
What?
Give us 5 pairs of headphones, we're there.
What if is there a role we could do, like, you know how niggas was janitors?
Oh, you know what I'm doing? Here,
What if we
watch
could-
this, ready?
What if we could be like,
Here's my application, sir.
whoa.
No.
That might work.
Why?
That might work.
Like, you need my
He would stamp it.
That's what I'm saying.
Hey,
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
That dude who upped it on
Wait, that's bad?
DDG.
That's bad methods?
Go.
He upped the clown horn.
Alright, bad.
You got that shit on you, don't you?
Yeah.
Everything on me.
All y'all already.
Thought it was over. Good.
DDG don't give a fuck. The cameraman life would have been done. Oh my god.
Off him like it ain't no way.
Is this that one cameraman?
I'm finna go out like this. No way.
You got that shit on you, don't you?
Yeah. Here we go, spot. Here we go, spot. Here we go, spot.
Everything on me.
janitors?
Oh, you know what I'm doing? Here,
What if we
watch
could-
this. Ready?
What if we could be like,
Here's my application, sir.
whoa.
No?
Okay.
Why?
Just on some like, you need my application?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Wait, that's bad? That's bad methods?
Go. You gotta go.
Oh, hurry. Alright, bet.
Dude, now it's time to get accepted into Streamer University. Are you ready, dude? I'm fucking ready. What are you gonna say? Let's say I'm casting out, what are you saying?
Look your ass. Go ahead. I'm a pro boxer, bro.
You're gonna
How did
casting
he?
out?
Yeah, bro.
Dude, you're gonna go to fucking, they're gonna
How did he get that thing at the? Why is this nigga colors like that? Dude, bro, his colors is like, bro.
Together.
Bro.
It's fine.
Is that actually his 7 G thing, bro?
Okay, one ticket. Get it. Oh my goodness.
This shit lit.
We did it. We made it in. We did it.
How did niggas not make it in? Were niggas outside?
Chicken nugget. Can I get the code?
You can know it.
Show all this.
Why they want us so bad?
Shit. Yo, chat, focus up. Oh. The president of America?
Cal State, nigga.
Listen, bro, we need to get our jester maxing like fucking maximum.
Okay.
Bro, on God, I might like start crawling around on the floor like a slug.
What?
Let's just keep the jazz hands.
Nigga, start doing what?
Crawling?
I don't know.
Okay, do the arch thing.
Listen, out of all of us, who's most likely to say the stupidest shit to get us kicked out?
On my body, this bitch no fly.
She don't got no racks, but I wonder why.
Okay, can you explain
That fit is.
Okay.
I like dinosaurs.
Wait, that's not fucking.
It's a fucking unicorn.
What the fuck is that?
Yo, how did they let him in with that?
A laser on a catapult?
Turn the flash on.
Hold on, put it on my forehead. Put it in the middle. Oh, yo, dude. Jesus.
Did you call that a
I'm
catapult?
calling
A
my mom and telling her I'm
slingshot?
about to get into
You got a beam on the slingshot so he don't miss? That's a bar.
Last time.
No, that I'm applying.
Oh, okay.
Put that on my body, yeah, you know I'm fly. That's not a bar.
Mario, guess
forcing
what?
it.
I'm at the Streamer University tryout.
You gotta be like, KC3 sent me. We're betting the appeal from Casey?
Right now.
Yeah.
I'm serious. I think I'm gonna do it for real this time. Are you proud of me?
Yes, I'm proud of you.
Can you say, Yusuf, you did it, you're the one?
Yusuf, you did it. You're the one.
Wait. He didn't do it yet. Not yet. There's a good chance we don't make it in, actually.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll cut that out. My bad.
It's live.
All right.
Bro, you know it's hard to get into Streamer U than to get into Harvard. From that, look it up. On God.
You gotta touch it out. Which guy? Oh, I have to talk to him. Yeah. Good, bro. Wait, no, but you're the one
The
saying it,
vet
so you
and the
should talk to
PO
that.
from Casey.
Wait, so we're...
Oh, no,
I need
bro,
you
you got
follow
it.
sound.
What's up, brother?
You made it.
You feel?
Holy
What's up, brother? You chilling? Yeah, I'm good, bro. I'm good. Dick, bro. Nigga, take a dick out the fucking throat.
What up, bro?
Yo, what's up, baby? How you doing, bro? Formation.
No. You're the
Formation,
dude,
fellas.
I'm fucking confused. Oh my god. Okay.
Oh, hold up. Oh, what a lineup! What a lineup! Wait, yeah, yeah, yeah. Hold up. Let's get an ultra in hand. Fuck, I can't zoom in. I have to. Do I have to like shoot a music video to like do this? You think the dress helped in court? I don't remember. I wasn't really watching the whole court case. I'm not the Fed. The dress did not help. How the fuck did he beat that case? All right, let's see it. Tana. Damn. Is this just one song? This an album? This nigga do a trial song? Trial album. I couldn't find it. Alright, let me speed run. No feature method. No one put in them reps. You can't put them in the locker. Is that? No, it wasn't. I'm not trying to hear this shit like in the car. I'm not gonna lie, but it was good. It was decent. I'm not trying to hear this shit like right now, but like it's cool. Okay, okay, okay. I'll restart. But like, where am I right now? Listening to this, I see like a basement, bro. Not because of him, just like bad. I don't know. Not, mm, bro. There's got to be some bangers, bro. I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna find it. Okay. I feel like the headset's carrying though. I fuck with it. This is the best song so far. Philly? But I don't know how Tana does his track list. Do people just be clicking shit, bro? Like, why did the first song have like way more views than this song? Okay, I'm done, bro. I'm done. Ooh.
I'm a boss, I get it in. Let my trap make
Yeah. Young Eman's lit. The Utes be in the abandoned buildings, man. That Kaby Lame? Nah. Mm. Mm. This is acting, not real. Mm. I don't even think I need to say that. This is what Mr. T Lexify was doing with AI. Wait, when was this? He didn't put his face on there? Nah, I'm geeking. I guess that's just him, bro. Nah, bro. I don't even want to watch Call Zombies no more, bro. He should do 5. He should do 5. Oh, it's set up. Who is he looking up? Oh, never mind. Nah, this is OD, bro. Uh, what? Look, he's flowing, but what is he talking about? Okay, it kind of sounds a little crazy on this, but I saw shit. The Vitters. I'm in Atlanta. I post with Lonnie. I post with Eric. And I'm back in the beat. Oh, I can hear the crowd. Who is the other dude? Who is the other dude? Is that Matt Zingler? Who is that? That gotta be Matt. Did they practice this? Who is that dude? Is that Matt? Oh, I can just watch this. It's Amazon Music. That makes it even more valid. How? Oh yeah. Me and Jesus locked in, bro. You know how locked in we are now? Do you know how locked in we are now? We are so locked in now. Oh my god. We are so locked in. We are so locked in. Me and Jesus are locked in. We're locked in. If you know, you know. Look at that spread too. Like, oh my god. Jesus to go. Young Fazo. Young Fazo's part, bro. I might be. I haven't seen this music video yet. Like, in full. Who the hell is this? This can't be it. Is that actually it? Is that actually it? That's actually it. What the f? This thing has like. Oh my god. Oh my god, my nigga. Retire, my nigga. Oh, bro. Oh my god. Bro, I'm done, bro. I'm so done, bro. I don't want to see this, bro. You can't press don't recommend this channel on music. There's gotta be a workaround. This nigga turned a good message into like a fucking medium message, bro. Like, I hate this nigga, bro. Oh my. He's like, oh, bro. Nigga, maybe I need to retire. Like, actually. He's in Cali. Now I'm playing. This is where Haskell is at. We should just replace all of our trees with cherry blossom trees and just tell people they grew here. My nigga, you cannot read that shit, bro. Oh my god, bro. That was good LARP though. That was good LARP though. Can you block people on YouTube, bro? Scooby, 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 Scooby. A room upgrade of death, yo. I'll do it in post. Scooby, 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 Scooby. I'm cooked. I shouldn't have watched. Nah, Trippie Redd ruined it, bro. It's not catchy anymore. Hold on, let's see some of those chatters. Nightbot's in there. I don't, but they definitely changed their names. Yeah. He's not good. I was good at this time. Let's go. He didn't get the gun. He's on controller and he possibly. How did it work back then? This gun's cracked. How bad was the shotgun? Oh, this is hella good. Who edited this? Brady? I wonder if I ever killed him. I lived. Never mind. No, he sucked. He'd never be in my lobbies. Did Brady edit this? Oh, I know this. Of course they did. Oh, yo, this dude's cracked. Yeah, this dude is cracked. Frick.
I think there's a few fates worse than death. Like
Scooby Scoop no. That Jason the Ween unreleased though. Actually, no. Those are the features. Oof.
Forza Horizon 6 is a game about
He's
one
just gonna auto
thing,
drive
driving
for
cars
36
very
minutes.
fast. Not bad. And now we've entered the show. There are some really I might actually be able to win. I didn't intend to win, but they're deliberately driving incredibly slow. Yeah, they've gone off the track. Oh my goodness, am I actually going to set a better time than the person I'm meant to be racing against? Yes. I've not gone above 35 miles an hour and I'm going to win this race. Look at us
Bro,
go.
that's probably
This is
me. This nigga just auto drove for 36 minutes and got 400k views. Okay, like 5 more videos.
Hey guys, in today's video, we're going to be going over the Black Ops 1 and
Bro, but like
Black Ops 2 ports. Now, they did not mention a release date yet. When they did make the
most
announcement, most
generic
of us were looking for
username,
one. I
bro.
gave the video I uploaded yesterday some time.
Canon event, bro.
Because I just wanted to see if they would release one, but they hadn't yet. I would assume they're kind of slow rolling it because if you didn't see yesterday, we also got a new GTA teaser, and those pre-orders will be going live on June 25th. So you could tell now.
Bro, the fuck are they trying to do, bro? This is some government shit,
That
bro.
Call
Like
of Duty
GTA
and Rockstar are
and
starting their
COD.
marketing campaigns for their games, and it's getting interesting how they're going about it. Now, I do
They know MW4 is gonna be
I think
trash.
we'll get confirmation on a release date sometime before July. I don't think it was a shadow drop on the 19th because they did want to give people some time to switch over to the platform, which would make sense. So that's probably why they slow rolled the release date and are trying to, generate suspense and hype for the games that drop in July, which is great. I love the way they're doing this. People are telling me they can't sleep, they're going to call in sick, and this is the feeling that you get when Call of Duty is good. You can't sleep at night because you can't wait for the games to come out. And just to let you guys
The
know,
fuck
I am
is this
so
nigga
hyped for this.
talking
I've been,
about? My
jotting
bad.
down different
He's
content ideas.
hype,
I got like
bro.
20 different ideas. Somebody wrote down in my comments yesterday asking to play, and that gave me the idea to do a playing with
Employed
sub
nigga
series.
can't
Why not?
sleep.
People did it back then.
Is he
It's a great
employed?
series to watch. I'm going to do it. There's so many different content ideas that I can possibly do. I am
BO2
so
rank
excited. I
play
cannot
was
wait.
hard as
Although they are
hell.
slow rolling the information, we do have a tweet
Actually,
from Charlie Intel to go
it
over.
was.
And the tweet says the Black Ops and Black Ops 2 releases for PlayStation are ports specifically, as Treyarch mentioned. It will be its own servers and not the PS3 ones. This is something that most of us have known ever since the leaks have dropped. When they mentioned that it was a native port to the PS4, this is something that we kind of inferred. But there were people that were speculating because, it's Activision. They would probably put it on the streaming cloud. They take the easy, cheap way out. So the people who were pessimistic about Activision actually releasing them as ports, this company has burned us more ways than we can imagine. So 100% I can relate to people having that thought process. But for some reason, a lot of the Xbox players thought this would be like a backwards compatibility situation, which it's not because the PS3 hardware is just so much drastically different compared to the Xbox hardware. So all of the Xbox players that were saying it'd be similar to the backwards compatibility situation on Xbox, it's not. Charlie Intel confirmed that 15 hours ago, which means if you do want to play these right away, it sucks. You're going to have to make the switch. If not, you can wait and see if Activision will release these versions across other platforms like the PC, the Xbox, and the Switch too. There is no confirmation on that yet, but it does seem like right now, if you do want to play on safe and secure servers, because Charlie Intel has confirmed that these ports will be separate from the PS3 servers, it's going to be on its own servers. If you do want to make the switch, just for Call of Duty, I would recommend keeping your Xbox because GTA 6 is going to release soon and just save up for
Nope.
a PS4 or PS4 Pro because that'd be a viable option. Now, in Charlie Intel's second part
Don't
of
do
his
that.
tweet, he confirmed that there's no crossplay. Now, I'm not sure if he means just the standard, Xbox and PlayStation or PC and PS, or if he means the
Why
PS5
would
servers
the
will not be playing with the PS4 servers as well. Because if this is a native PS4 port, I would
this dude has a job?
imagine the PS5 players can play with the PS4 players via backwards compatibility. I'm not too
You
sure if
can't
that's how it
sleep.
works on PlayStation. I'm on PC, so just correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. But I would
You're
imagine
my
he's
bad.
talking about the standard crossplay, like between Xbox
No
and
one
PlayStation.
corrected, bro.
And I would assume since the
No one
servers are
corrected,
safe and
bro.
secure from PS3, that the PS5 and the PS4 will play together. Now, I've seen a lot of people talk about progression. Is the progression going to carry over? Logically, you would think so because your progression is tied to your Sony account. You use your same Sony account on the PS3, on the PS4, and the PS5. It's all intertwined. It's all the same login information, right?
Bro, I hit
But
Master
one thing
Prestige
I have
no
not seen
cheats on
mentioned throughout the
BO2. We
whole
don't need
time,
that.
including from myself, I totally forgot about this, is the modded classes that are on PS3. You cannot be a hacker or a modder, and somebody can literally give you
PSP
modded
servers
classes
are off,
with God mode and
though.
aimbot and wall hacks and all of this stuff. So if you think about this, not only would they have to basically reset theater mode in both games, but the progression, the classes, the saved player data from the previous PS3 servers cannot be carried over because it would bring over so many mods and hacks. And we actually have some evidence of this from the gaming mods on Twitter, and he posted a screenshot of what this
PSP
looks like when they
servers.
did it in Call of
Bro,
Duty
who the
Ghost, because
fuck?
Call of Duty Ghost and Call of Duty Advanced Warfare as well had their PS3 and PS4 data carried over and intertwined. So when the player data merged with the PS4, it brought the hacks over. So it has happened before where PS3 player data was brought over to the PS4
Who's
and it
on
brought
there?
over all of the hacks. There is a precedent set for this. unfortunately,
Yo, when they shut off the PS3 servers, bro, go ahead and shut off the PS4 too.
I don't think
Nah, my
Activision
bad.
is going
My
to take the
bad.
time and the money to take all of the old PS3 player accounts and bring them over to the new consoles hack-free. It would actually make more sense for them financially and logistically to just make everybody start fresh at level 1. So it does not look good for the people that want their progression to carry over, unfortunately, but this is good because you're supposed to experience these games like they just came out. Imagine these games have never released before. This is how you're supposed to feel. You're supposed to start from level 1 with everybody else and
Okay,
progress
I
and
got
live
it.
the same experience as everybody else. It wouldn't make sense if you could just log back in and you already have diamond camo and your prestige master and your prestige 15 with the best gold camo in Call of Duty history. To me, it just wouldn't
You're
make
the
sense.
N
And how
word,
much of a
bro.
fucking loser do you have to be
Is
cheating on Call
that
of Duty Ghost and Advanced Warfare and Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 1 12 years ago, man? I get it now, it's
I'm
2026. A
not
lot of
gonna
people
lie.
have, hacked old generation consoles.
I don't even be mad when they say that shit to me on the game, bro. Cause like, imagine this dude talking shit to you.
But how are you gonna hack back then? Like, how much of a fucking
He's
loser are
good
you gonna
though.
be? That's just crazy. And they're actually uploading it on YouTube, like with the no shame, just openly cheating on YouTube. And they say they like trolling and they like having fun. I don't get it. These are the same people that probably cheat in Call of Duty today. But yeah,
No, it's not.
there was apparently a precedent set for
Some of them are still on BO2 to this day trolling.
this over 10 years ago with
There's this
PS3
one
player data
dude.
coming over to the next gen and bringing the hacks with it, which is why the games kind of get ruined, which is why they're kind of dead. I can't find a game on a next gen console, whether it be an Xbox or a PlayStation 4. You can't find really any games that aren't hacked to shit, which is why they're probably doing these ports. It would be impossible to generate hype for these games if they
I'm
would be
going
unstable in any
crazy
way.
on
So I don't see the
BO1.
classes coming back, which means I don't see the old progression coming back. I
I'm
think it's
not
going to
playing
be a clean
rank.
slate. But just to finish going over Charlie Intel's tweet, he did also say that there would be no new features or performance upgrades. Well, they haven't been mentioned yet, but I don't know if he means FOV slider
Bro,
or whatnot, but the PS4 Pro flag was found in the
PlayStation on the
file, and
capture
we
card is
discussed that a
so
few days ago,
annoying.
and that entails that the game can run on the PS4 Pro to its maximum capacity, so that means over 1080p. So, not that 1080p is bad, a lot of people will be playing on
The 1080p isn't bad.
1080p as an upgrade. If you were on a PlayStation 4 and you play Call of Duty for the first time, you haven't played Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2 in years, in over a decade, right? When you get on a PS4 and you see, 1080p, 60 FPS, you're going to be like, whoa, this is so clear. This game fidelity is crazy. And it's going to keep going for the PS4 Pro players and the PS5 players. I do think the resolution will be there. The reason for that is because the last time most of us played these games was on a potato with 30 FPS and like 720p. So when Charlie Intel says that, I would assume it means FOV slider
You're playing it right
and
now.
probably anti-cheat
Buddy,
and things like that, because the performance upgrades I
I
would
was
assume would
I was just about to say I played it like yesterday, but
be
he's
the
playing it.
increased resolution and the increased, 60 locked FPS for all the platforms. That's what I would kind of infer from the tweet. But once again, we are just waiting for Activision to release more information. They are slow rolling the shit out of
I
us right
mess with
now,
this
and I love it
dude.
because it generates more suspense and more hype. Let me know what you guys want down below. Should I start off with zombies? Should I start off with multiplayer? Let me know what you guys want to see. Ever since the news broke, I've written down like 20 different content ideas, and it's going to be great. We're going to see people we haven't seen in a while come back. We're talking about people like Ali A. We're going to see people doing FFA trick shotting. You want to talk about peak gaming? We might see Vanoss come back and troll and search and destroy on Black Ops 2
No,
before
the
GTA
fuck
comes
we
out.
won't, bro. He has a kid, I think, and he makes music that's like people listen to his music, bro.
That is something that's very possible. They control and search and destroy on Black Ops 2 before GTA 6 releases. I mean, that's peak gaming. What else more do you need? It's getting towards the
Niggas tuning into Louis Caliber and the big
end of the commentary, though. I am so
267,
excited to see
bro.
how this is going to revive the
Come
community, not
on.
only in game but on YouTube. The videos are going to be great, and I'm looking forward to playing with you and everybody else.
I
It's
think it
going to be
has
fantastic.
2 10-minute
Hey guys, in today's
videos.
video, we have official
He's
confirmation that Call of Duty Black
milking.
Ops 1 and Black Ops 2 will be coming to
Bro,
the
he got the
PlayStation
49.
consoles.
He just
This
started busting
confirmation
these
comes from
videos
Activision
out.
and Treyarch themselves, and when it comes down to it, this could really be
Nah,
one of the biggest
he
tweets,
a
if not
gamer.
the biggest tweet in Treyarch history. This is huge for gaming. We'll go over the official post and then we'll go over my thoughts and reaction right after. This is great. The community is just totally on fire right now. It says, from Treyarch, it's official. The original Black Ops and Black Ops 2 are being ported to PlayStation in July, courtesy of our partners at, and then they at Iron Galaxy. Both will include campaign, multiplayer, and zombies. That is official confirmation coming from Treyarch. We do have no specified date, which is kind of interesting. So this could be a month out still.
Yo, this dude definitely ripped the hard R to this day.
Which is going to be the longest 30 days in gaming history for us.
Oh
I
my
already know some of
god.
us can't even probably
Yeah, this dude pissed me
sleep.
off.
We're so excited we didn't get
But,
much sleep.
ooh.
We're constantly checking the timeline, constantly
Let me
checking
catch
updates.
this dude
But
on
this is great
BO1,
because
bro.
this is the way we actually used to look at Call of Duty.
No
We used to see that teaser
plutonium.
trailer or that reveal trailer in the spring.
Raw.
And we used to constantly look at YouTubers'
Fucking
channels, constantly look at
48,000
Twitter,
hertz
see what they were
video
posting, see if
quality
there's any
to the
updates,
ear.
because the thirst for Call of Duty was there. This is the way it was, and it's great to see this happening again. I see people.
I quit my job to do content full time.
If you can stay for just
I
1 second
should
and hear me
make
out,
a
I appreciate
fake
it. As
video
you guys know,
like
I make
this.
a lot of yacht content, and most of my videos are me talking shit. But as of recently, I haven't really been locked in.
Should I
And
do
I
this?
came to the realization that I need to lock in. So I officially quit my job to pursue content full time for you guys. The outroaring love and support that I get, and throughout this last year, the growth that we've all experienced together, made me realize that I was doing the wrong thing and putting my time towards the wrong things. And so I'm officially saying this right now. I will be posting every single day for the rest of 2026. I'm gonna lock in so hard on this content shit. So if you guys could support me, bro, I would appreciate it.
This video was posted December 8th, 2025.
Did
and
he
this
lock
person
in?
has not posted since May 29th,
Nigga got a
2026.
job.
And before that video, this person hasn't posted since April. Yet this guy quit his job to become a quote-unquote
Bro got another
full-time content
job.
creator, and he hasn't
He's a quitter.
posted since. And that's not the only person that's done this. Here's another. POV, you quit your job to protect your peace and take YouTube full-time.
Never been impressed by nothing.
That was for like.
This right here, look at all this shit here. They got me fucked up. That's what they got. Go ahead and
You
leave all
didn't
this
have another
right here.
job. Yo, I should do that.
Get the fuck up out of here. I don't work here no more. It's my last fucking day.
He did not
They
work
got me
there,
all the way
bro.
fucked up. Albertsons,
He did not work
Albertsons,
there.
Y'all kiss my
You
ass.
do not
My
work
black
there.
ass, actually. Y'all see this store right here? They weak as fuck. Okay? Weak as fuck. Ain't nobody
type
shopping no
of-
damn Albertsons. Y'all want to be public so bad.
This was posted July 7th, 2024, and his most recent post on YouTube was December 19th, 2025. Meaning he hasn't posted at all this year in 2026, and he hasn't made any money to be a full-time content creator, yet he left his job. Look, if your job isn't treating you right and you want to leave, be my guest. Like, I personally don't see anything wrong with that, but the issue here is that these
can't
people are
go from
quitting
it
their
not being
jobs
a
for
hobby.
full-time content creation, and they're not even making enough to be
Who did that? Bro, everyone, it was a hobby first, bro. Like, no one did
full-time
that.
content.
Maybe like that one girl. I only remember her name when she's in drama. India. Yeah. India
creators.
Love.
Hell, I don't even think they're making anything. And the craziest part is that they aren't creating any content / don't make enough content to be full-time, especially in today's economy. Now, one more. Here's another person that quit their job for content creation. I'm showing you guys so many of these because I want you guys to see that I'm not just making
You
this
just
stuff
show
up.
me.
This isn't something that I'm just pulling out of my ass. This is becoming an actual problem within society. Everyone is trying to be a content creator. Now, this video right here is a girl who quit her quote-unquote toxic 9-to-5 to pursue content creation full-time. And I guess the catch is that if she doesn't do this within 6 months, she has to go back to her full-time job.
I quit my toxic 9-to-5 to become a full-time content creator in 6 months. The catch, if I
Get
fail, I
ready
have to go
with
back to
me.
corporate America. It's time for a weekly recap of the first week. Let's start with YouTube, the hardest place to.
Get ready with me to take a shower after the 90-day round.
grow, in my personal opinion. I got 30.9 thousand views this week, and I got 113 new subscribers. That is crazy. That has never happened before.
That's definitely some good growth, but at the same time, this isn't enough to sustain, especially within a 6-month period. And also, when you look at her YouTube, she makes short form content, which doesn't pay that well compared to long form content. But this is only 11 out of 183 days, so let's keep on watching.
Nice to meet everybody. For Instagram, I got 105.2 thousand views, and I have 223 new followers.
That's also some really good growth for Instagram, but to my knowledge, Instagram doesn't pay that well. Crazy enough, they actually don't pay at all.
I was about to say that.
And on TikTok, I got 60,000 views and 316 new followers.
She needs to open.
I would say the same thing for TikTok. That's good growth, but they again don't pay as well, and I'm not too sure if this woman is within the creator fund. So I'd assume that she's not making any money from this, but let's keep on watching.
Gratitude cannot describe. Thank you all so much for supporting this journey. Thank you, Lord, for giving me the idea. Not sure if I should make this a weekly series. Do you guys want to see what happens? How we go up, how we go down, how we stay the same? And I am stressed, but happy. And that's all you can ask for.
Now, this was posted a few days ago, so I will say this woman has been pretty consistent. But what I find insane about this one specifically is that you're not even full-time, meaning you're not making any money. Who knows? She probably saved up a ton of money to try to do this challenge, which would make sense. But if not, if she doesn't have any money saved up or anything, I just think this is dumb. I find it so insane that so many people out there are so quick to drop everything for something that's not even guaranteed. Now, granted, the economy is pretty bad right now. Tons of things are expensive, and it sucks that there's people out there with degrees that are still living check to check and even overworked, and seeing content creators online make abnormal amounts of money while also being in
Bro,
the
he
comfort of their
deserves
own
it,
homes
though.
is definitely very appealing. Maybe even a little discouraging to those who spent many years working towards a degree or climbing the corporate ladder at a job and they're just still not satisfied. But I feel like there's so much more to content creation that a lot of people don't see. Like, most content creators don't make anything for the first couple of years they create content. Just because Kai Cenat makes millions now doesn't mean that you can just get off your ass one day, upload a few videos, and you can quit your job the next day and make millions in a few months. Like, I'm not saying it's impossible, but the chances of that are very slim. And if you really want something that sticks within content creation, what I've learned from creating for the many years I've been creating, you have to slowly build up that audience. I've been making videos seriously since I would say 2019. I started on TikTok when I was in high school, then transitioned over to YouTube, and I didn't make any real money to go full-time until 2024. Since then, I've been full-time making content. And I will say, definitely within that span, there were definitely points where I would make a little bit of money from content and thought I could go full-time, thinking, oh, I just gotta grind harder, I just gotta lock in, and boom, I'll be good. But ultimately, I failed every time, and I went back to working, which there's nothing wrong with that. I learned at the end of the day, but I just don't want more people to fall into this trap thinking that they can make videos and make a ton of money in the span of a few months, all because that's what they see online. A lot of people will see the top 1% of content creators and they'll see the glitz and glamour of that and think that they can achieve that in a few months, when that's just not likely to happen. Yes, there's definitely outliers, but that's not always the case. They're outliers for a reason. And I'm not saying that you can't get up there, but I just think it's crazy that so many people are quitting their jobs and expecting to be at that top 1% within the span of months. And a majority of these people quit their jobs, then they're back at another one in a few months later, if they can even get one. We know how hard the job market is right now. It is very hard to get a job. So if you have a job and it's a good job, keep that job. Like, I personally just don't think that blind faith in quitting your job because you feel like it is the move. Like, I genuinely just don't think it's the move. If you want to quit your job because they're treating you wrong and you have another lined up, by all means quit, no problem with that. But quitting for content creation and you're not making any money to sustain it is just stupid. And ultimately, you're just going to stress yourself out even more, because I feel like one of the key things in content creation is you have to genuinely enjoy it to keep on going, because there's going to be so many low points. I remember my first couple years, like, there were a lot of low points, but I enjoyed making videos. That's what kept me going. Regardless if I was making money or not, I enjoy making videos, so I could stick it out. And then when I started making money, it's like not much changed because I've always enjoyed making videos. But the sole factor that some people make videos now is because they see the money that's in it. But I feel like the money is a terrible motive because you're not gonna make a lot of money when you first start out. But once again, this is becoming an actual problem in society. I'm seeing more and more people do this each and every day. Everyone wants to be a content creator, but the sad truth is that not everyone can be a content creator. A lot of these people are pursuing content creation for the wrong reasons. Most people don't even like the idea of actually creating content. They just like the money that comes from content creation or the attention that comes, which we all know clout is one hell of a drug. Now, what inspired me to even make this video or even go on, I guess, this tangent is because a little bit ago, Kai Cenat announced Streamer University 2, which if you're unfamiliar, it's essentially this interactive streamer creator boot camp and multi-day live event founded by Kai Cenat. And it simulates a traditional college experience to help aspiring and emerging content creators network, learn from established creators, and collaborate. And within this whole Streamer University, it's a mixture of up-and-coming content creators and already established content creators, you know? Last year, there were about 120 streamers picked out of the thousands that applied. And this year, he's basically doing it again. But there's even more people that are applying because they saw the event last year, and he's even doing these in-person applications. And while I do think this is a great event that Kai Cenat is doing, it's good because it's shedding light on streamers that some people may not even look their way, which is pretty cool. But the problem with it is that a lot of people think this is a golden ticket to become an established streamer,
You gotta
and they're
be kinda
dropping
dumb for
everything to
that.
go all in. And the craziest part is that Kai didn't even accept these people. So not only are people quitting their jobs to go to Streamer University, they're not even guaranteed to go. They're quitting their jobs to go to the in-person applications, which if you go to these in-person applications, it's not even a full chance that you'll be able to speak to Kai Cenat. Essentially quitting their jobs for no reason. Like this person right here, just quit my job and dropped everything to drive 10 plus hours to Streamer University. Wish me luck. Which yes, I believe you should have faith in yourself. You should definitely follow your dreams, but this right here, I just think is dumb. Once again, it's not even guaranteed that you'll get into Streamer University if you go to these in-person applications. So this person quit their job without even knowing if they're gonna get into there. Let's say this person goes to these live applications and they don't get selected. Now they have to go back home and they don't even have a job anymore. They're just, I guess, vibing now. It's very dumb, but that's not even the dumbest of it all. There is this woman who spent her rent money to book a hair appointment with a famous hairstylist, and she did this for Streamer University. And the kicker is that once again, she didn't even get selected because no one is getting accepted yet because Kai is still going through these applications.
I just took a risk and spent my rent money and booked an appointment with Erica Tay. I feel like getting my hair done by Erica Tay is an opportunity in
Yeah,
itself.
but it's Erica
And I'm
Tay.
also trying to get accepted into Streamer University, so
Now, who
no
is
risk, no
Erica
reward.
Tay?
It's like manifestation. If I
Arrogant
book
Tay?
now and I go get my hair done, University, here I come.
Not only is this just extremely dumb, it's also extremely irresponsible. The fact that you can't even pay your
Is it a
rent
dude?
because you wanted to get your hair done by this famous
No, my
hairstylist
bad.
to go to Streamer University and you're not even selected to go, it's not even guaranteed that you're selected to go, is just, it's so idiotic, beyond idiotic. Like, yes, when you want to chase your dreams, you have to take certain risks. This isn't even a risk.
Nah.
This is just being dumb. There were definitely a lot of risks that I had to take when becoming a content creator. But the thing about these risks were they were never just dumb risks. Like, I just feel like this is a dumb risk. I haven't seen people saying that they're going to quit their jobs if they get into Streamer University.
What about that one dude? He
Essentially
was
saying
talking
if they
about
get selected, they're quitting.
they need to teach, like, I gotta just find it. Oh, it's Juneteenth, bro. Big ups, big up from the Carolinas.
Quitting their job ASAP.
Excuse me, Professor Cenat. Get me out of this Amazon. The minute I get that exception for that stream.
If you work at Amazon, I don't know if you can do IRLs. You might have to do some desktop, bro. E-bank method.
I'm
That
running through
shit
this
not
video and
gonna
I
work,
quit.
bro.
I ain't gonna lie. Not me neither though. I do tats, I do music, I do music engineer, I rap, I sing.
Ooh, he
I
just
blog,
listing
I
jobs
sing.
he know.
I need to be consistent with what I'm doing. Get me the fuck out of here. I know y'all niggas wanna see me yelling through this bitch. I'm joking. And I'm gonna come out with a couple iPhones. Cause I'm streaming you students watch. Let me get accepted. I'm bringing 3 people iPhones back. Straight from here, though. Last day, straight from here.
Which, once again, I think this is pretty stupid. Just because you get in a streamer you, that doesn't mean you'll be set in the streaming game. Hence why there's so many people that went to Streamer University last year, and they're pretty much in the same position this year that they were in last year, because it's not a guaranteed blow up. Just because you go here, that doesn't mean that your streaming career is gonna automatically go from 0 to 100, and now you live in a freaking penthouse and you're making millions.
Half of them didn't even upgrade their setups, bro.
Like that's just not how it works. And let's say you quit your job because you got accepted. One streamer
these niggas went to Streamer U and copped the Miris and weed, bro. And Graba. They didn't even upgrade their setup. Shout out everyone who went there who upgraded their setup.
Like, I will say, there definitely is a healthy amount of delusion you have to be a content creator. But what I'm seeing right now is just a lot of people taking risk. And a lot of these risks have no reward, or a lot of people aren't like calculating these risks. And since we're talking about Streamer University, I feel like I gotta talk about this. I've even seen people with like huge responsibilities begging Kai to be in Streamer University. For the love of God, right? I'm not trying to be mean or kill anyone's dreams, but I saw a mother of 9 children begging Kai Cenat to be in Streamer University, and her kids were talking about they're hungry. These children are hungry. Yet you want to get into Streamer University? You think this is the correct response for that? Play the clip.
Kai Cenat, do you want to know what I could bring to the table?
We want to eat. We want to eat. 1, 2, 3. We hungry. Bitch ass nigga.
Kai Cenat, they call me.
We're not just gonna skip past that. This woman instructed her child to call Kai Cenat a bitch ass, and she held all her kids, told them to say that they're hungry. To get into Streamer U. Ma'am, you know what? Let's just keep on watching.
Halo, and you know, kids, they just be saying anything. But people want to know, how do I do it with 9 kids? And honestly, I really don't know. But this will be an opportunity for them to see for themselves, because I just do it. And if you choose me to be a freshman at Streamer University, I will be that missing piece that you're looking for, because I will be that example.
That might look expensive.
That you can do whatever you want to do. All you have to do is just do it. Just do it. Doesn't matter if you have 9 kids, just do it. Okay, so
9
this
kids?
is my application into Streamer University.
Yo, who's gonna watch the kids while she's at Streamer U too?
When I see you, and
what's she finna do
I
to
can
him?
bring something that can't be taught, so keep that in mind.
The top comment on this video says, apply here, Amazon Warehouse University. Look, I'm gonna be so real. There's nothing wrong with having dreams. There's nothing wrong with that. But me personally, I think there gets to a certain point in life where your responsibilities can be too big for your dreams. You kind of got to put your dreams on pause. You have 9 children, and you're focused on getting into Streamer University. Is this not crazy? This economy is horrific. It's terrible, right? But you have 9 children, and kids are definitely expensive, very expensive. And your focus is Streamer U. Oh, but Cameron, if she gets into Streamer U, she'll blow up and have enough money to support all 9 of these children in this economy, and she'll be one of the top content creators in the world and live happily ever after. Why are you so mad at this? Yeah, we were in a fucking Disney movie, then of course, but we're not in a Disney movie. We're living in reality. If this woman were to go to Streamer U, she'd probably peak in viewership there, it'll fizzle out, then she's back to reality once she gets back home. The people who are gonna suffer the most in this are probably gonna be the kids. Like, the kids are saying they're starving, and your response is a Streamer University application. My nigga, we are in the end times. Like, am I tweaking? Do y'all like my earrings? Back then, if your kids were hungry, you'd most likely get a job or something along those lines, you know, sell drugs. I'm joking. Please don't do that. But no, I guess now begging Kai is better than that, apparently. Look, Kai Cenat is not your savior. Kai Cenat, please save us. And this man is in a lockdown drill. What, and you're playing Brawl Stars? Like, what is Kai Cenat supposed to do in this situation? Just come in like a superhero? Is he supposed to just drive a freaking Twitch Lambo through the school walls and take out the intruder or whatever? And I'm pretty sure this person is probably joking, but for the woman begging to be in Streamer University, for crying out loud,
like
this woman has more kids than Kai has
us.
years of streaming, man. Focus on your kids, ma'am. I don't know.
maybe I'm tripping, maybe I sound like an asshole, but I feel like that needs to be said. Your responsibilities are way too big to be focused on Streamer University. Speaking on all these people though that are quitting their jobs for content creation, I feel like this is the perfect time to bring up this story that happened back in 2021 that I'm pretty sure we all remember. There's this guy named Austin Wallace who had an $100,000 per year welding job, and he quit that job to shoot his shot at Logan Paul to see if he could work for him. So what he did is he flew out to an event that Logan Paul was located at, and prior to this, he quit his job and flew there. And once he saw Logan Paul at this event, he pulled out his phone, asked Logan Paul if he could work for him, and Logan Paul turned him down. And he posted the video and ended up being the laughing stock of the internet for a few months, because this dude had a good job and everything, but he quit it to try to work for Logan Paul, and Logan Paul essentially just laughed in his face.
No, I didn't. I quit my job. No, wait, it's a story. I'm interested. It's a story. I quit my job legit 2 days ago. I came up here, took a risk. I'm originally from Ohio.
Did you sneak up here?
No, I didn't sneak in here. I didn't sneak. What do you mean sneak up?
Like on stage? Or you just like?
Yes, I did.
It's one of the sneak videos.
I'm sorry.
Did you print the ticket and stuff?
No, like I just needed to talk to you. I'm trying to talk to your brother. I'm trying to talk about business. Trying to talk about trying to get a job. Like I want to do media. I've been trying to get.
What are you good at?
I was 7 dances. I did like
What's
that.
your TikTok
I did that video. You know, like going like that. Yeah, you know.
Oh, so you really got what it takes.
I don't.
Then why would I
need a mentor.
Job?
That's crazy to say. If you quit your job and everything, and then you're over here saying, oh, you don't have what it takes, then what was the point of you even quitting your job? You don't even believe in yourself. Overall, this whole thing is dumb, but let's just keep on going.
I'm 22 years old. I'm just trying.
I bet. I can't be a mentor right now, right? In my life, I'm a fuck up myself. I need a mentor. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need
connections and
I forgot
people be around you, right?
No, I didn't have connections and people.
Wait.
I have Jake. That's it. You have a brother.
What time? What's the timestamp on that Logan Paul video? This one, not that.
I don't. Friends? You got friends. You got amigos.
I don't.
You don't have friends.
I don't. I swear to God. I'm here by myself.
Where are you from?
I'm from Norwalk, Ohio.
You're a good-looking guy, bro. You have friends, bro. You're fucking lying. You have friends. Go make content. Do stuff with your friends. I'm glad you quit your job. It takes balls to do that, bro. But like now you gotta act.
Try to make a step.
I'm not.
Media.
But I'm not the guy.
Trash welding
You're the guy. You're the guy.
Bro, my team is this. I'm not the guy. Like you know, life isn't about handouts. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
You and the other guy are blocked.
I'm trying to work hard for a little money. No money. I don't know. I can get a job somewhere else. All I want to move to LA. And I want to be able to be part of it.
Look, I have to go. If you really are serious about it, bro, you should move to LA and just like you approached me, start making connections with every single person in LA. I'm serious. That's it. I've always said this. If you're charismatic and you can talk to someone, you can make it in LA.
Nah.
That's my advice.
Now, as we can see from this video, this dude didn't end up working for Logan Paul.
For nothing.
He did get a lot of followers on TikTok for this, but what he ultimately ended up doing was he went back to his welding job. He's a dad now, and he's getting married soon. And he still makes TikToks, but they're mainly about his wife and his life, bars. And I feel like there's nothing wrong with that. Like, he's back at his job, he's doing his thing, and it seems like he's happy, whatever. But I just think it was dumb for him to quit his job to go and try to work for Logan Paul without even it being guaranteed. Yes, you got to take some risk in life, but this was just a dumb risk. Like, and that's my problem with a lot of these people quitting their jobs for content creation. It's a dumb risk because they don't have any plan or anything. They're just quitting with faith, and that's all they have. And
all you need.
Nothing wrong with having faith in yourself, but it does get to a point where your faith can't be the only thing that leads you in this. Like, you need to have a plan, and you need to have some results to actually quit your job for content creation. You're not going to make millions or even thousands of dollars or even hundreds of dollars within months. Like, it's something that you have to work towards.
How did YouTube know I wanted to watch this?
Believe in yourself, but just don't be dumb. Don't drop everything to pursue this dream, expecting to be rich in a few months. Like, if you want to pursue your dreams, cool, do that. But this is something that you have to do for you.
Cobb can move.
Is Stellar Blade a Gooner game?
I gotta turn the volume down. I don't know what this is.
Does it have a story?
That's Cobb, that little monster dude there. I don't know if I'm supposed to kill him. Yeah, there's endless mode. That main story. Level 1 of 7. Cobb can move. Oh, is that the only rule? Okay. Level 1 seems pretty easy. What am I supposed to do? Oh, deliver coal. Is that it? And then I'm good? I hear him. Oh, there he is. Oh, look at his ass. Oh, he's not even looking for me. Is he stupid? Oh, is that the point of the game? Like, he's a f***ing idiot right now? Look at him. I think he's blind. Like, he's not really posing any threat towards me. Okay, easy first level. Oh, okay, he was blind. Cobb can move, Cobb can see. I'm assuming the next one is probably Cobb can hear. So I was like, why is he just wandering back and forth? So now he'll chase me. And I have to actually avoid him. I have to deliver 4 coal too, so every time I'm gonna have to deliver more. If I deliver 3 on day 1, by day 7, what do I have to deliver? 11? Oh my god, I have to find that many coal?
Ooh,
oh, I don't want to be in his sight at all.
games.
Is this coal or is this just a rock?
I wonder what type of game.
Oh, can I chuck
Joe
this
used
at
to
him?
play.
Oh my god, I can throw. Wait, I gotta test this out. He's gonna chase me. That pissed him off. That really pissed him off. That really pissed him off. That really upset him. That really upset him. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. I'm dead. Oh my god. Holy weave. Holy weave. All-star play. All-star play. Run down the track. Cut in. He is so fucking fast. Why is he so fucking fast? Oh, now he's blind. Being in the dark's good. Next one. Cobb has night vision. You don't. Oh my god, and I can drag the candle around. Wait, this is a really cool game.
Yeah.
Easy. Level 2 pass. Level 3. Cobb can move. Cobb can see. Cobb can hear. So if I'm in his vicinity, he'll start chasing me. So I want to stay as far away from him as possible. What the fuck are the other 4 rules? Cobb has Superman lasers that shoot out of his eyes. Cobb can actually sense your... Cobb can smell. Cobb can sense your being when you're close. God, and now I have to flip a breaker and deliver 5 coal. Oh wait, is the breaker right there? Oh, that's super easy. Oh my god, but he hears that. Ah! Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Pussy. Wait, he has me in his hands. Am I dead? I think he's just holding on to me. It's like I'm on a Ferris wheel ride. What is he doing? What is happening? Is Cobb killing me, or am I think I'm just kind of... Oh, Cobb? Cobb? Cobb. What? I broke the game. Okay. Well, let's restart level 3. Oh, Cobb can't kill me. Cobb can't kill me. That's not in his repertoire. Oh, Cobb can't kill me. He's wait, shit. Oh wait, this is awesome. Chat, I just need to put the coal on the fucking conveyor belt. I don't even need to get near him. I just heard him smell. That's not an ability in his fucking repertoire. Word of the day. I need a lamp. I can't see anything. I hear him sniffing. There he is. He is smelling for me. I don't think I emit an odor, though. I seem to be made of bones. I don't know how much more coal I need. Oh, one right here. This has to be it. Is that all of them? I feel like I delivered all the coal. No, I didn't. Fuck. I need one more. Right here. Goated. GG easy, pussy. There we go. Level 4. Cop can move. You can freeze? What does that mean? Like I get cold? Like I need to have like a light near me at all times? I can freeze. What the fuck does that mean? I can freeze. You have to use the fire? Didn't mean to do that. Run that back. What? It changed the rules again. It's full random every time. Oh my god, I have fucking hunger bars. You're joking. I feel like dealing with the potential starvation might be better, no?
We gonna get into financial class. That's the only reason I told Reg we can't play Madden. I want y'all to lock in, bro. Y'all know our financial classes be going up. And with that being said, today I'm gonna do something super special. I'm gonna do 2 things that's really, really special. I wanted to do 3. One of them fluked out. If y'all don't know, I do financial classes. Now look, a lot of on TikTok gonna try to play me. What Rod do is dance. We just separate every single day of this month. But today is financial. Why would you listen to a name Rod about financial? This, that, third. Hey, bro. The nigga that's telling y'all not even to listen to my financial classes, which is Crack Baby. Mind you, that's his name. I popped it and showed you 200K. Nobody's talking about that. You didn't show 100K. All you did was show your neck. We don't want to see the moissanite. All right? Listen to a nigga with money in his account. I'm going to tell you what to do with your money. And the good thing about my financial classes is it's not out of reach. This knowledge is not stuff you need to be rich to apply. I'm speaking from a broke standpoint because I was broke, okay? I was broke for a really long time. So I'm about to let y'all know what's going on. Now, a lot of information that I gave y'all in the past, y'all didn't apply it. And that's okay, because that's the first time y'all heard it from me. That's the first time y'all heard the knowledge. But today, I'm going to show you how to sign up. We're going to sign up together, okay? I feel like that's what's necessary. We need to go to the websites that I'm talking about. We need to sign up. And if you following along today, you will have a chance for me to fill your account with $50. All right? Now, today we're going to be talking about how you should divide your money. And I got a little fun segment. Y'all remember when I told y'all it's levels to this wealth? When I told y'all that it was levels to the wealth, I put names to represent them. We're going to do a little bit of pocket watching. I'm going to let y'all see it. That's only 1 month of tax. K per month. He kind of felt his momentum. But I know how to explain anything to anybody. Okay? Pay attention. This is where it get crazy. Let's pull out the calculator. Now look. If you make $2,200 per month, right? And this is how you post a budget. 20, 20, 40, 20, right? Let's break down how much falls in each category. If you already did the math, that's cool. I'm going to do the math for you. Times 0.20. You're putting $440 to the side for taxes. You're putting $440 to the side for savings. You're putting $440 to the side for fun. Bills, $880. Now, for a lot of y'all probably saying, yo, this doesn't work, right? My bills are more than $880. You want to know what's crazy? That means you're living beyond your means and your economy sucks ass. And unfortunately it does. But this data is not completely useless. It's not here to just tell you one thing. It's not here to just tell you that you can't afford your bills, because you probably already knew that, because you probably run into chase the bills. You already knew that. What it's telling you is you need to see how much your bills cost. How much do your bills cost? Whoever said 2,200, how much are your bills? 20% is too much for fun if you're trying to be reasonable, not gonna lie. This should be your month to month. If you're saving up for something, these things should change. If your bills are 1,200, let me do the math in reverse. If your bill's 1,200, you need to be making 3K. Bro, how did you get these numbers? 40% needs to fall under the 1,200, because this is how much the bills really is. In order to get the 1,200, and for these things to still be true, that this is 20%, this is 20%, this is 20%, and this is 40%, 3K is the number you need. Go hustle. You need to do this. You need to do this math. You need to do this math because you like, yo, why can't I afford my bills? Because if you do the percentages, you can't afford your bill because you're not making enough to afford it. For me personally, when I pay my rent, it's like, yo, does this fall under this? And if it don't, I know I'm living beyond my means based on how much I make. And you want to always know that because you'll start making more money and then you'll start upgrading shit, but not really crunch the numbers. Y'all, crunching the numbers is super duper important. Super duper important. What's crazy is 3K is the exact amount, but you know it's always taxes plus I put slash invest. So if your bills is $1,200, you got $0 to invest. Y'all, the money out here is crazy. Crunch that number and see how much money you're supposed to be making. I want y'all to do that. I'm about to give y'all the math for this. I want y'all to do this for yourself. I want y'all to tell me how much y'all making and how much money y'all supposed to be making. I'm about to do the quick, simple math and show y'all how y'all can get this for yourself. Just a little quick fun jump. And how much y'all supposed to be making. How to make the money, that's not what the class is really about today. The class is just about budgeting. But you want to know if you're making less than that because honestly, then if your bills is $1,200, you need to cut back on something. If you're going to put to the side for your taxes, then can you really save? I don't know. Shit get weird. But you need to know this. You need to know this math because a part of budgeting is crazy. Now, when you see that, when you see the proper way to do it, I'm going to show y'all what niggas is really doing. What niggas is doing is actually preposterous. Niggas definitely ain't putting 20 to the side. Niggas putting 0 to taxes. That 20% fall right into personal spend, honestly. Niggas is doing this. Niggas is doing this. Hey, chat. Stop telling niggas you gonna get rich if you doing this. And I'm really speaking to the girls. 60% fun is insane. Bro, niggas are doing this. This is the average Joe's shit. Peep how I put 30% or as needed. If it need 40%, they'll do it if they're being responsible. But sometimes, instead of taking it up to 40%, because that's what they build need, they still prioritize the 60% fun, and then they ask somebody else to make up for the slack for their bills. They still had fun, but they asking somebody else for money for the bills. The 60% happens every time. Regardless, though. And remember, it's not that you making more money. You still making $2,200. But if we break down the numbers, $1,300 of it is going towards fun. $1,300 of it is going towards fun. $660 is going towards responsible things. And the 10% that's saved turns into 70% of fun whenever they run out of their 60%. That 10% that's saved is only saved on the first day that they get their check. And when they run out of the 10%, it turns into 70% fun because they still need more money for fun. So they make $2,000 and the person that they owe money or whoever they're supposed to pay, which it may be phone bills or paying your mom for rent or whatever the case may be, they wondering why why is only $660 if you make $2,200? And honestly, realistically, you're tanking. And this fun is just like $1,500, honestly, $1,400. Yeah. It's pretty sad. And if you actually give a fuck about your career, you put 10% into savings so you look a little better than them, but you're the same as them. You're no better. So it's weird. But we're here to show the real truth so that we can give real tips. Okay? Stop funning around. You can have fun, and I'm going to show you how you can have fun. Okay? I'm going to show you how you can have fun. I save 20% every time. I'm going to tell you how you can have fun, though, because you can still have fun if you're young. You know how people say, you're young, have fun. Don't listen to them. Listen to me. I'm going to say this. You're fun, have fun. Sometimes. Sometimes. You can have fun sometimes. Let's get into it. Let's get into case B. I'm going to say the same thing, but I'm going to just add sometimes to it. Not every chat. That be my thing with niggas. That be my thing. You can have fun, dog. Every chat. And then when after you responsible, you got a savings, you gonna dive in to have more fun and fuck the savings up? Stop trying to have fun every chat, bro. That's so selfish. Stay the fuck in the crib. Anyways, let's go to case B. I'm about to tell you how to actually do this shit. Lock in. This is the sauce. This is the sauce. Some like to call it discipline. I like to call it knowing what the fuck is going on. That's what it's about. Now look, some months you got month A. And some months you got a month B. Some months you got a month A, some months you got a month B. Lock in. I want 5 out of 12 months in a year. I want 5 month A's. 5 of them. 5. And you can have 7 month B's. This combo right here is level 1 discipline. That's level 1 discipline. What is month A? Good saving months. What is month B? It's fun months. You still saving, but it's less. I need 5 good saving months. I'm teaching you how to baby step this shit. I need 5 month A months. Okay? 5 months where you be responsible. Where you put money to the side for the taxes, you put money to the side for yourself, and you got 7 months to have fun. Start your 90-day run. 90-day run is 3 days. 30, 30, 30. 30, 60, 90. That's 3 months back to back to back. If you gonna knock out your 3, go on a 90-day run. If you that gangster, that's really gangster. Adults that's never broke, that be the adults that had their own car, they can afford their rent if shit get rainy, and you like, yo, that's my aunt that got money. That's your responsible aunt. Your mom is irresponsible. Don't be like our parents. Alright? Lock in. Now look, let's get back into this class. Bet. Alright, lock in. We need 3 good months, 3 bad months. Yo, if you can show me you got yield collecting 4%, not too fucking shabby, and it's gaining interest. Now you ask me, Rod, why don't I switch it, right? Why do I gotta switch it from my Chase app? Why do I gotta download this app that you telling me to download? This is where rich people sit their money. Now you'll have a lot of idiots tell you, bro, it's only giving you 4% on your money. Why the fuck would I care about 4%? Now let's do 4%, and that's 0.04. That's $160 that they're giving you. But you want to know the fun part about that? You'll end the year off with $4,160. But you know where it get crazy? You're going to do another 5 months. So you're going to add 4 more thousand to that, right? And now you get 4% of 8160, which is 326. So now you sit there and you're like, oh, okay. That's all I'm asking you to do. I'm saying with your life, do that. Give yourself 5 months per year as an adult. Give yourself 5 times where you say, damn, I paid my rent and saved. I don't got that much cheese, but you know it's for the greater good. You know that if you want to pop out and buy a car, you can buy a car for yourself. You know if somebody say, get the fuck up out my house, you can say, bitch, deuces, and pull that money. You know if they tell you, yo, your taxes is this much, you can pay your taxes because you did the proper percentages to the point where if you want to give them that money, you can give them that money. They might say, yo, your taxes is $2,000. You can say, I'm going to give you $1,000 for now. I'll see y'all later. And they give them $1,000 later because you just got it like that. But it's up to you when you're 24, when we first moved out. In your fucking account, you had to eat noodles. So why when you got $6,000, you have to spend? Eat the fucking noodles how you was eating the noodles. Just because had to eat noodles. So why when you got $6,000, you have to spend? Eat the fucking noodles how you was eating the noodles. Just because you got 6 bands don't mean DoorDash. Eat the noodles how you would have ate the noodles if you didn't have it. Control yourself. No packet. It's like, nah. Yo, control yourself though. Real shit. Like, it's no advice in the world that can make you better at controlling your fucking self. It's up to you. I'm telling you how to save this shit, bro. And the way that I'm telling you, bro, your bills still get paid and you know you're doing something better for your future. Even if you're 60% with the $2,000, right? We said $2,000. If you're 60% go towards bills and fun for a month that you saving, you got $1,200 to pay your fucking bills. If you're making $2,000, I'm gonna keep it a bean. That's not enough to afford rent, so you probably living with somebody. For $1,200, bro, do everything with $1,200. Put the rest in your bank. You only got to do that 5 times. What the fuck? And it's simple math. $800 is how much being stashed. Simple. Now look, y'all should be signing up for this. If you
The untold story of largest counterfeit vape operation.
It was in early 2018 when 2 brothers from a
large-scale counterfeit vaping operation.
Authorities 9 million It was in early 2018 when two brothers from a small town in Wisconsin had dreams of making millions. The younger one, a kid named Tyler Huffhines, had been a hustler his whole life, always listening in on his mother's business meetings, flipping sneakers and used cars, and investing in the stock market the day he turned 18. But his whole life changed when his older brother Jacob introduced him to the world of THC carts. Now, Tyler was never the type of guy to get high, but when he realized how lucrative a business counterfeit carts were, he couldn't resist taking advantage. Tyler's entrepreneurial spirit, paired with Jacob's extensive knowledge of the THC cart market, led him and his brother to create the largest illegal counterfeit vape operation in the US, selling an estimated 2.9 million carts and making millions of dollars in just a year and a half. However, thanks to some strict parents and their kid, the Huffhines brothers' operation came crashing down just as fast as they grew it.
Two brothers face charges in a large-scale counterfeit vaping operation.
Authorities say their mother was in on it.
They seized THC products with a street value of $1.5 million.
Tucked in the Westosha region of southeastern Wisconsin is the quiet village of Paddock Lake. Surrounded by vast farmlands, quiet country roads, and dotted with clusters of trees, it's a peaceful place that's far removed from the bustle of big cities. The village, home to about 3,200, is built around its namesake lake, a hub for summer boating and winter ice fishing. It's the kind of town where everyone knows everyone, especially when it comes to their local high school. Westosha Central High School acts as the central hub for students across the area. The school, standing on the outskirts of Paddock Lake, is a modern building that almost feels out of place next to the village's small homes and rustic charm. But it's here where the youth of the Westosha region gather to learn, play sports, and in the case of Tyler Huffhines, make some questionable decisions. Tyler grew up with his older brother, mother, and grandfather in a quiet neighborhood overlooking Paddock Lake. From an early age, Tyler was drawn to business, often sitting quietly behind furniture, listening to his mom's business meetings, and pleading to open his own bank account. By 7th grade, he was already on his grind flipping sneakers to make a profit. And when he entered Westosha Central as a freshman, his entrepreneurial skills only got sharper. While other students were caught up in sports and mowing down kids on Nuketown, Tyler was learning the ropes of business, taking as many business and leadership classes as possible while always looking for his next money-making gig. As his high school years went on, he made thousands of dollars flipping used cars while also investing heavily in the stock market the day he turned 18. After Tyler graduated high school in 2018, he attended Carthage College and worked alongside his brother at his mother's real estate office. Now, he was still on his grind of becoming a young millionaire, but he was becoming restless. He wasn't content with being stuck working a typical job. He wanted more. He wanted something lucrative, something thrilling, something that would fit the CEO type of lifestyle he always yearned for. But thankfully for him, his older brother Jacob had just the right thing for him. Jacob Huffhines lived a vastly different life than his ambitious sibling. Born 3 years apart, Jacob spent a majority of his teenage years getting into some pretty serious shit. By the age of 17, he faced charges for marijuana possession and underage drinking. By 22, he was a convicted felon and earned himself some jail time on charges of dealing cocaine and running a drug house. But despite these obvious signs that he should step away from the world he veered himself into, Jacob always found a way back into the drug trade. He never learned from his mistakes and instead dove headfirst into learning all about the world of dealing. And his eagerness to continue selling drugs aligned perfectly with the rise of THC carts. Mind you, this was early 2018, a time when these products were starting to catch fire and become super popular. Legal gray areas and a growing demand for discreet, high-potency cannabis products were creating a gold mine for those willing to take the risk of dishing them out. And Jacob, who was already deep into this world, saw the potential to make a shitload of money from selling these cards, and with the knowledge of dealing was a match made in heaven. A match that Tyler simply couldn't resist. When Jacob laid out his idea to Tyler, he was completely on board. And just like that, the boys started to craft up a plan. Their strategy was simple. They wanted to create an operation that cut costs and maximized profits by selling counterfeit vape cartridges. In other words, they wanted to establish what's known as a pen factory, a low-profile operation that essentially served as a middleman between THC liquid suppliers and high schoolers who wanted to get fried. Their plan revolved around sourcing empty vape cartridges and branded packaging from Chinese manufacturers for dirt cheap, and then filling them with THC liquid that the boys obtained from California. Basically, they wanted to pass off their carts as legit for as cheap as possible. Is that scummy? Absolutely. But it was profitable, and they made it even more profitable by opting to cut their THC liquid with cheaper oils that contained vitamin E acetate. Sound familiar? This approach used less of their expensive core ingredient while still making their product look legit, which in turn increased their margins with minimal overhead. However, even though they had a solid plan set up, the duo still had no clue where they would set up shop. I mean, Tyler probably had enough money saved up to buy a place, but they wanted to keep costs down as low as possible. So where would they go? Well, it turned out the answer was close to home. Courtney Huff-Hines wasn't your typical mom. She was a well-known real estate agent in the Westosha area with a larger-than-life personality that perfectly matched her career. If you lived anywhere around Paddock Lake, chances are you saw her bright red blazers on real estate ads or her smiling face on Instagram, promoting her new listings or showing off her family's latest vacation. But beyond the posts and business attire, Courtney was someone who valued ambition and wasn't afraid to take risks. She had spent over 2 decades in the real estate game. She built her career by working with well-known real estate companies in southeastern Wisconsin and eventually opened her own place called Realty Executives Unity. And despite filing for bankruptcy back in 2012, she was back on her feet by 2018 and opened a brand new real estate office in Union Grove, Wisconsin, about 15 minutes from Paddock Lake. She was all about success, resilience, and self-belief. But it turns out her success wasn't just limited to selling homes, if you know what I mean. The boys approached their mother with their plan, pitching it as some kind of entrepreneurial endeavor that required a home base. And shockingly, instead of slamming the door on their wildly illegal idea, Courtney did the exact opposite. She gave it her blessing and even allowed them to use her office in Union Grove to get things started. It's almost surreal to imagine, like on one side is Courtney's nice real estate office, and on the other side, her own sons are filling carts with booth. On January 16th, 2018, Tyler, Jacob, and Courtney kicked off their new startup with nothing more than some empty vape carts, a bit of THC distillate, and a lot of ambition. Tyler, the #1 man in the operation, knew that scaling this type of business required, well, learning the business. And this is where a man named Moo came into play. Moo, who was not a cow, but rather the boys' plug from California, wasn't just their supplier of THC distillate. He became Tyler's mentor. Over countless FaceTime calls, Moo walked Tyler through every step of making counterfeit carts, like how to dip the caps in alcohol to avoid leaks and how to properly fill them. Tyler picked up this skill rather quickly and began making his dank vapes and chronic Sour Patch Kids carts all by himself in a matter of days. After he got in the swing of things, it wasn't long before he decided he needed to invest in more supplies. Over Labor Day weekend in 2018, he flew to California, carrying $300,000 in cash to purchase more distillate. A fucking insane move for a kid straight out of high school. The trip secured the steady supply of THC oil the brothers needed to ramp up production, which led them to the tall task of building their team. They started out by hiring a few associates to help fill the carts, paying them $20 an hour to do so, well above the Wisconsin minimum wage at the time. And for a while, their system of filling and selling carts out of Courtney's office was running smoothly, until one of their associates got stopped by the cops. Now, although this little situation didn't blow up their operation just yet, it was enough to make Tyler and Jacob hit pause and think about a new location to start filling their carts, something way more conspicuous. They set their sights on a condo in Bristol Bay, a peaceful neighborhood in the village of Bristol. Tyler, already having trust from sketchy randos in the state, turned to California to find a guy and pay them to steal a man's identity, which he then used to rent out the condo. Once again, a fucking insane move for a kid who couldn't legally drink. But this wasn't even the craziest part. Courtney was the one who brokered the deal for the condo and was well aware that her own son was not only using a stolen identity to rent it, but also knew that they were about to run a full-fledged drug ring out of it. Courtney, honey, what are we doing? And somehow, no one suspected a thing from the condo deal, and it soon became the center of their ever-expanding empire. Over the next year and a half, their operation absolutely exploded. They went from a few helpers here and there to a full team of 10 workers who were filling between 3,000 and 5,000 cartridges a day, which equates to over 2.9 million carts over that time frame. Also during that time frame, Mr. Krabs, Tyler, tightened up the operations workflow even more to increase productivity and reduce costs. He did so by switching his workers from being on hourly pay to paying 30 cents per cart they filled, an equation he calculated would create more carts and cost less for him.
He realized it would be more.
Her smiling face on Instagram. She had spent over 2. She gave it her blessing, and even
where did it say they were filling it with vitamin?
Operation copped their cost less for him.
That was
Realized it would
bad.
be more cost effective, according to Tyler. If you started paying him 30 cents a cartridge, he would save, or he would make an additional $2.20 a cartridge.
From when they started in early 2018 to around August 2019, the Huff Hinds were killing it. Thousands upon thousands of carts were being manufactured and sold from the condo, some of which were even making it to neighboring states like Illinois and Minnesota. This officially made them a multi-state operation, with absolutely no suspicion from anyone. Now, their neighbors would see Jacob, Tyler, and the gang constantly leave and come back from the condo, but they didn't think anything of it. They thought it was all normal. Well, everything seemed normal until a couple of parents about an hour away from the operation caught their kid doing something naughty. A mom and a dad were shocked to see their kid getting stoned off a cart in early July 2019 in Waukesha, an affluent suburb near Milwaukee. The parents, wanting to hold their high schooler accountable, marched him down to the local police station to turn himself in, which I mean is a little extreme, right? But regardless, the parents made their kid talk with the Waukesha Police Department and discuss where he got the cart from, which is when he showed them Tyler's Snapchat. Now, Tyler would constantly post about the thousands of carts he had in stock, his piles of money, along with his constant trips to California to re-up his supplies, all of which was a goldmine of information for these cops.
Tyler set up an account on Snapchat and sold product using the name Wisco Bag Boy.
After seeing this, the Waukesha Police Department launched an investigation, meticulously tracing dealers and anyone else that could be a part of the operation. The evidence stacked up quickly, and within a month, the Waukesha cops teamed up with the Kenosha Drug Operations Group and the Racine County Metro Drug Unit to finally take down the Huff Hinds operation. On September 5th, 2019, around 6 a.m., authorities executed search warrants at the 3 locations connected to the Huff Hinds: their childhood home in Paddock Lake, their condo in Bristol, and Courtney's office in Union Grove. The first raid took place at the family's home. Inside Tyler's room, officers found around $48,000 in cash and a fully loaded shotgun with one in the chamber. Inside Jacob's room, they found a loaded rifle, cocaine, weed, a digital scale, some cards, 9 Xanax pills, and around $11,000 in cash. And around the house, detectives discovered 8 other firearms and assorted drug paraphernalia. Up next was the Holy Grail: the condo in Bristol. At the condo, officers found 31,200 THC vape cartridges ready for shipment, 98,000 unfilled carts, and 57 mason jars filled with THC distillate worth around $342,000. There were also 3 money counting machines, 18 pounds of weed, and stacks of empty packaging for brands like Dank Vapes and Chronic Sour Patch Kids. This is also where Jacob and Tyler were found and arrested.
The Kenosha County Sheriff's Department executed warrants last week on 2 county properties. 2 men have since been arrested, 2 brothers.
Lastly, authorities searched Courtney's real estate office in Union Grove. At the time, the place had been mostly cleared out, but police still found leftover packaging materials and drug paraphernalia, enough to show that the office was a critical part of the operation at one point. And as a result, Courtney was arrested a few weeks later.
All the THC oils and stuff were gone at that time, but all the packaging, everything that was there in the Bristol condo was also there in the back of her office.
So now, with all 3 Huff Hinds in handcuffs, it was obvious they're going to be slammed with the book, right? I mean, an illegal multi-million-dollar operation, identity fraud, a shit ton of firearms, selling millions of carts across state lines. They were fucked. Or were they? Tyler, Jacob, and Courtney were all charged with some pretty serious crimes, as you can see on the screen. I mean, it's literally enough to fill the entire screen. And after looking at all of those charges, it seems like some pretty serious shit. But whatever god-tier lawyers they hired got them out of all of it. Jacob was only fined $10,000 and placed on 2 years probation. Courtney was fined a total of $15,000. And Tyler, who was the one who spearheaded this entire thing, was not fined at all and only placed on 3 years probation. I just don't know how to explain that. All 3 of the people connected to the largest black market THC vape ring in the US all avoided prison time and pretty much got away with everything. By 2026, peptides have become one of the most popular wellness trends in the world, with nearly $328 million worth of Chinese peptides flooding into the US in just the first 9 months of 2025 alone, an endless list of celebrities like Joe Rogan, the Biebers, and Jennifer Aniston endorsing them, and TikTok doctors spamming social media with videos hyping them up. It's clear that peptides are everywhere you look. But as quickly as they blew up, so did the consequences. From bootleg contaminated vials filled with mystery bacteria flooding the market, to users suffering heavy metal poisoning, severe rashes, and muscle paralysis, to people getting hospitalized, it's pretty clear that these miracle drugs have a pretty dark side to them. So how did peptides go from being a legitimate life-saving medical breakthrough to one of the sketchiest wellness trends of the decade? And more importantly, how in the hell have they gotten so out of control? Well, first off, we need to know what the hell a peptide even is. In simple terms, peptides are short chains of amino acids that act as the body's messengers. They work like tiny little keys designed to open specific cellular locks, telling cells to do certain things like decrease inflammation, increase collagen, regulate hormones, or repair tissue. Fascinating stuff, right? But how did we even figure out any of that existed in the first place? Well, in 1901, a German chemist named Emil Fischer and a French dude named Ernest Fourneau discovered that amino acids are linked together by something called peptide bonds. Emil ended up being credited with coining the term peptide after synthesizing the very first one ever. Now, he didn't invent any actual peptide technology yet, but he gave the scientific world a brand new framework for understanding a huge part of human biology that nobody knew existed before. And 20 years later, scientists would use that exact framework to make one of the most important medical breakthroughs in human history. Fast forward to 1921, and Dr. Frederick Banting and a medical student named Charles Best were on a mission to find a treatment for diabetes. At the time, getting diagnosed with diabetes was essentially a death sentence. The only treatment was an extreme starvation diet, which left patients choosing between dying from diabetes or dying from severe malnutrition. That sounds like complete hell, but thankfully, after some grueling research, the duo successfully isolated an anti-diabetic secretion of the pancreas from dogs. And that secretion turned out to be a peptide, one we know now as insulin, and it became the very first peptide ever isolated and used in medicine. Fast forward 2 years later, and it was being mass-produced globally, albeit at a very slow pace, miraculously turning diabetes from a deadly disease into a manageable one. And from there, the research into peptide technology only got more sound. In 1953, biochemist Vincent de Vigneaud successfully synthesized oxytocin, another peptide, in a lab, proving that synthetic peptides could faithfully reproduce biological activity in the human body. Then a decade later, chemist R.B. Merrifield invented solid-phase peptide synthesis, or SPPS, a chemical synthesis method that made peptide creation way faster, more efficient, and reproducible, transforming peptide production from a slow boutique experiment to a scalable operation that could eventually be automated. Armed with all of these advances now, peptides started branching into all different sorts of clinical use cases. And during the 1980s, researchers discovered one peptide in particular that would later change the entire world: GLP-1, a natural gut hormone that stimulates insulin secretion and delays your stomach from emptying. The problem was, natural GLP-1 degrades in the body in mere minutes, so scientists spent the rest of the 20th century trying to figure out how to stabilize it. And they finally proved successful in 2005 when the FDA approved exenatide, the world's first official GLP-1 drug derived from a peptide found in, I shit you not, the venom of a Gila monster. But while exenatide was an impressive milestone, nobody outside the medical community really gave a shit about it. Peptides were still very much a niche behind-the-scenes science. That is, until one specific GLP-1 came around and changed everything. In 2021, the FDA approved the GLP-1 semaglutide as a treatment for weight loss, which Novo Nordisk quickly started selling under the brand name Wegovy. And almost immediately, Wegovy, along with other brands like Ozempic, blew up overnight to become the most talked about medications in the entire world. And the reason was pretty simple: this shit actually worked. People were dropping serious pounds without any gross dieting or hitting the gym every day. And while the results spoke for themselves, the success of these drugs ended up doing something way more impactful than just shrinking waistlines. It normalized self-injections. Before 2021, the average person would probably never inject medicine themselves unless they had to. But the desire to lose weight was so strong that millions of people powered through their squeamishness. And suddenly, weekly injections in the bathroom mirror were becoming as routine as taking a vitamin. And the fact that everyday people were now comfortable jabbing their stomachs or thighs to drop pounds proved one major thing: injections were now a totally viable, acceptable form of drug delivery for the masses. But the success of these GLP-1s was so explosive among the masses that the pharmaceutical giants making them, mainly Novo and Eli Lilly, simply couldn't manufacture them fast enough. By 22, the FDA was forced to place both semaglutide and tirzepatide, a similar peptide found in Mounjaro and Zepbound, on its official drug shortage list. And the way the medical industry handled this shortage ended up cracking open the door for one of the biggest unregulated drug markets in modern history. You see, under federal law, when an FDA-approved drug is officially in shortage, a legal loophole kicks in that allows compounding pharmacies, a special type of pharmacy that custom makes medications to fit the unique needs of an individual patient, to step in and manufacture copycat versions of the drug to meet patient demand. Now, this loophole was originally designed to help everyday patients who couldn't get their meds during temporary supply issues, but in this case, it ended up doing way more than that. Suddenly, an entire secondary economy popped up overnight, with massive telehealth platforms like Hims and Ro legally buying compounded GLP-1s and selling them directly to consumers online. A move that worked so well that they both could afford Super Bowl commercials to hawk their stuff. But while the GLP-1 movement was helping millions of people, there was just one lingering issue: the cost. Name brand GLP-1s go for upwards of $1,000 per month out of pocket, and even compounded versions often went for around $400 to $500. For a lot of people, that price was way too steep. But a certain group of delusional risk takers decided to take matters into their own hands. By bypassing the American medical system entirely, they hunted down off-market peptides at a fraction of the cost. And what they ended up uncovering wouldn't just save them money, it would start an entirely new trend that nobody saw coming, and one that would completely spiral out of control. So those delusional risk takers were Silicon Valley tech workers. And I know that sounds very random at first, but these types of people guinea pigging this shit kinda makes sense. We're not talking about meatheads at the gym or people trying to shave off their fupas for the summer. We're talking about startup founders, CTOs, and engineers, the people building the biggest tech companies in the world. And the thing that ties all of these people together is a borderline obsession with one idea: optimization. In Silicon Valley, there's a whole culture built around squeezing every last drop of performance out of yourself. If there's a way to sleep better, think faster, or live longer, these are the people who are willing to throw money at it without thinking twice. So when they looked at offshore peptides, they didn't see some scary, unregulated drugs. They saw the ultimate life hack. They'd already watched GLP-1s completely transform people's bodies, so the natural next thought was, well, what else can these things do? And the answer they found while trying these peptides was basically everything. They swore peptides could heal old injuries, build muscle, boost energy, sharpen focus, and even boost your horniness. For a crowd that already treats their own body like a software project, that all sounded irresistible. And once a few of them started, it spread through the tech world unbelievably fast. Inside these companies, peptide use would basically trickle down from the top. It'd start with the CEO, then the other executives would pick it up, and before long, it had swept through entire departments. At one health startup, the founders literally kept vials of peptides in the office fridge so employees could inject themselves in their asses on their lunch break. And beyond the cube farms, San Francisco saw numerous peptide raves being hosted, where DJs played music while chemical diagrams got projected on the walls, and attendees could sit in on workshops learning to mix and inject peptides themselves. But there was a catch with all of these raves and office fridges. Experimenting yourself like this to this degree got really expensive really fast. The official way to get peptides was through high-end wellness clinics and medical spas, and those places charged a fortune. We're talking hundreds to over $1,000 a month. And at the absolute extreme end, a California health club charging an $85,000 membership for access to their custom peptide menu. So naturally, this crowd, a group of people whose entire job is finding inefficiencies and fixing them, looked at those prices and thought there was surely a better way. And there was. They just had to go through China. You see, the vast majority of the world's raw peptides are manufactured in Chinese factories, and tech workers realized they could skip the American system entirely and just order directly from those factories. And doing so was dirt cheap. Instead of hundreds of dollars, a single vial could cost them as little as 10 to 20 bucks. And the way these people found and ordered these Chinese peptides literally sounds like an episode of Black Mirror. These factories would start by running ads on social media showing off cool-looking facilities and freezers packed with product. You'd click the ad, get sent to WhatsApp, and start negotiating with the sales rep hiding behind an AI-generated profile picture. The scale these places operated at was insane too. One sales rep casually offered a reporter 10,000 vials at $13.50 each. Another, when asked if she could handle 100,000 vials a month, just replied, "No problem, dear friend." And a third offered 1,000,000 vials a month and mentioned she already had American clients buying that much. Now at this point, you're probably wondering how any of this shit is legal at all whatsoever. And the short answer is, it's not. But it all slips through a loophole. The Chinese factories labeled the vials for research purposes only, and as long as nobody snitched on each other, that little technicality kept this whole thing churning. And to get the product past US customs, suppliers would just lie on the shipping label and say their package was something like Philippine face masks. Now you might also be wondering if any of these peptides were safe to inject. And these tech workers were also worrying about the same thing. Because buyers knew the supply chain was sketchy as all get out, a whole industry of independent testing popped up where people would mail their cheap vials to a lab to make sure they weren't about to poison themselves. And a whole bunch of them almost did. On average, nearly a third of Chinese peptides tested by these facilities came back mislabeled, badly dosed, or contaminated. Some vials labeled as one drug contained a completely different one, or no actual peptide at all. Others were tainted with bacteria or heavy metals like lead, and some were filled with cheap sugar, which is a nightmare situation if the person buying it happens to be diabetic. So hearing all of that raises a pretty obvious question. If there's clearly a mountain of money to be made in peptides, why isn't an American pharma company stepping in to make them properly and, more importantly, safe? Well, it mostly comes down to two things: patents and money. A lot of these popular peptides are compounds that already occur naturally in the human body, and under US law, you can't really patent something that nature has already made. So if a pharma company, for example, spent $500 million putting up one of these peptides through proper trials, the moment it got approved, every competitor could hypothetically just sell the same exact thing. So if there's no monopoly, then there's no payday and no reason to bother. On top of that, the FDA approves drugs that treat specific diseases, and anti-aging or feeling more energetic isn't a disease you can run a clear trial on. To be fair, it's not that Big Pharma hates the science of peptides, they just hate peptides they can't profit from. When they can patent one and point it at a real disease, they'll go all in, which is quite literally what happened with the GLP-1s. But for every Ozempic, there were dozens of other peptides the US medical system simply refused to touch, and that decision left a massive wide open door of opportunity open. Combine that with the fact that GLP-1s had already gotten the whole country comfortable jabbing themselves with the needle at home, and you had the perfect setup for millions of Americans to see if offshore peptides could help them too. By 2024, peptides had completely broken out of the Silicon Valley bubble and started getting into the hands of everyday Americans. And honestly, you can't really blame them for at least being curious. People were hearing all about these supposed benefits like losing weight, healing old injuries, building muscle, sleeping better, sharper focus, glowing skin, and hornier libidos. So naturally, they wanted in. Two peptides that really resonated with the general public were GHK-Cu, a copper-based peptide that promised to regenerate skin, boost collagen, and erase wrinkles, and TB500, a banned horse racing drug that became the go-to for healing injuries and easing inflammation. But the king of the peptide boom was BPC-157, a healing peptide derived from a protein found in human stomach acid. Users swore it could repair tendon tears in days, fix gut issues, and basically turn you into a superhero when mixed with other shots. Now, of course, none of this shit was approved by the FDA whatsoever. So how in the hell were regular people getting them? Well, they were using that research purposes only loophole I mentioned earlier. Vendors realized that as long as they slapped that tiny little disclaimer on the vial, plus a line saying something like "not for human consumption," they could legally sell these chemicals to literally anyone with a credit card. So suddenly, you didn't need to be a Silicon Valley CEO with a Chinese WhatsApp dealer anymore. You could just hop on Google, type in BPC-157 for sale, and have a vial show up at your doorstep in days. And the widespread adoption of these peptides only got quicker with endorsements from celebrities. Actor Brian Austin Green openly talked about injecting peptides 3 times every morning while competing on Dancing with the Stars, claiming it made him feel years younger. You also had Gwyneth Paltrow, Jennifer Aniston, the Biebers, and Joe Rogan all starting to openly hype them up too, with Joe specifically claiming a certain certain peptide routine cured his elbow tendonitis in just 2 weeks. And it wasn't just the A-listers promoting them either. An entire ecosystem of influencers, podcasters, and celebrity doctors jumped on the bandwagon, sharing their personal regimens and pushing the idea of peptide stacks, which is just a fancy word for injecting a bunch of different peptides at once for maximum benefit. Andrew Huberman, Peter Attia, Gary Brecka, and Ryan Humiston became some of the biggest voices in the space, basically convincing millions of regular people that peptides were the next big thing in wellness. But the strangest spin-off for all of this hype had to be, and I apologize for even saying this word in the first place, the looks maxing trend. If you have no clue what the fuck I just said, it's basically a subculture of young dudes who are obsessed with mathematically perfecting their physical appearance. And right at the front of this movement was a 20-year-old influencer named Braden Peters, who goes by Clavicular online. He started selling a $39 a month course teaching young guys how to radically alter their faces and bodies. And a huge piece of his advice involved stacking peptides to chase that perfect look. Now, of course, with all of this hype and ensuing demand exploding all at once, somebody had to actually make all of these peptides. And that's where things got even more interesting. Remember those compounding pharmacies I mentioned earlier? You know, the ones that stepped in to make GLP-1s during the shortage? Well, those pharmacies were chomping at the bit to cash in on the peptide trend. You see, compounding pharmacies are mostly regulated by state pharmacy boards instead of the FDA, which practically means there's way less oversight on what they're actually pumping out. So a bunch of entrepreneurs realized they could partner up with these pharmacies, mass produce custom versions of pretty much any peptide they wanted, and sell them straight to consumers online. One former compounding pharmacy worker named Sam Ann confirmed this, flat out saying that the goal inside these labs completely shifted from helping patients to just trying to make a quick buck off people. And directly behind the labs, the telehealth companies were cashing in too. Hims and Row, the same companies running those Super Bowl ads for compounded GLP-1s, started rolling out compounded peptide offerings of their own. And to shell them out, they spent droves on social media ads. Between 2022 and 2024, online ads for unauthorized peptides grew almost 8 times over. And by 2025, the peptide craze saw zero signs of slowing down. Imports of hormone and peptide compounds from China hit 328 million in just the first 9 months of the year, which was basically double what it was the year before. Those TikTok doctors and health influencers were trying more and more absurd new injections, like the Barbie and the date night sex peptides, and getting millions of views promoting them. And like all great detrimental trends, they started showing up in high schools too. So it's clear at this point that peptides had completely taken over American culture. Millions of people, ranging from CEOs to celebrities to teens, were now injecting unregulated, untested chemicals into their bodies on a regular basis. And while the trend kept hitting new highs every single week, something pretty much inevitable was about to start happening. Because when this many people start jabbing themselves with mystery bullshit, it was only a matter of time before the consequences started catching up too. The first glaring problem with all of these unregulated peptides was something doctors had been screaming about from day one: cancer risk. You see, a lot of the most popular peptides on the market work by aggressively kickstarting tissue growth in the formation of new blood vessels. And while that sounds great when you're trying to, say, heal a torn tendon, the body doesn't discriminate toward what kind of tissue it's growing. So if a user happens to have a dormant tumor floating around that they don't know about, which is more common than you think, these peptides can essentially act like a fertilizer, feeding that tumor and accelerating its growth. And the most terrifying part of that is you wouldn't even know this is happening to you for decades. Doctors have said that it could take a decade, and maybe even 2, before we actually start seeing the full picture of what these Chinese chemicals could do to people long term. So basically, an entire generation of people right now might be slowly destroying themselves and not even realize it. But that's just the long term stuff. In the short term, the side effects have become pretty obvious. Users have reported severe full body rashes, blurred vision, random numbness, debilitating anxiety, and depression. One 40-year-old woman who was stacking BPC and GHK reported that it triggered what felt like a second puberty, claiming she suddenly got jacked and had bigger knockers. And if you're abusing growth hormone specific peptides, you can develop a condition called acromegaly, which permanently and irreversibly enlarges your bones, cartilage, and internal organs. And these aren't just theoretical risks either. People are actively ending up in hospitals from jabbing themselves. Back in July of 2023, 2 women at an anti-aging festival in Las Vegas got peptide injections at a vendor booth. and within minutes, both of them developed swollen tongues, meteoric heart rates, and severe breathing problems. By the time they got to the ER, one of them had completely lost control of her neck muscles, and the other had to be intubated. And if hearing all of that wasn't bad enough, the Chinese peptides that had mislabels, poor dose amounts, and contamination were, shocker, proven to be shitty for you. Testing on many batches of these foreign vials have uncovered peptides laced with lead and bacterial endotoxin, which are fragments of bacterial cell walls that signal the drugs were made in a filthy environment. And even when Chinese factories try to test their own products, the data is often complete nonsense. One molecular testing expert named Rena Duker actually visited a lab in Beijing and watched the technicians using highly sensitive equipment completely wrong, generating wildly inaccurate data. And when she asked who the data was for, they casually mentioned it was for a local peptide company. But as scary as all of that sounds, it clearly hasn't slowed down the hunger for these shots. Boatloads of people still use them today, so what the hell is going to happen to them in the future? Well, the global peptide market as it stands is valued at over $50 billion, and that number is projected to nearly double in the next decade. The catch though is that almost all of that money is being driven by FDA approved GLP-1s like Ozempic and Zepbound, and Big Pharma still isn't really interested in funding research for the other wellness peptides everyone's obsessing over, like BPC 157, for the same reasons we already covered. So that means the FDA has to step in and try to regulate the peptide Wild West. Something they actually tried before. In 2023, they banned compounding pharmacies from making 14 of the most popular peptides, citing serious safety concerns and cancer risks. And they also went after some of the major distributors pushing this stuff, cracking down on operations and tossing fines left and right. However, as you all already know, this ban did jack shit for stopping unregulated peptides from hitting the market. But now, the FDA might be walking back their initial ban altogether. RFK Jr., the Secretary of Health and Human Services, has been super vocal about believing the FDA is being way too aggressive with peptide bans. He's actually used them himself to heal injuries, and he's basically said the FDA's suppression of peptides needs to end now. And shockingly, they might actually listen and let compounding pharmacies start making these peptides legally again. But whatever ends up happening to the industry, it's clear that peptides have made a significant impact on the lives of millions. And even though they might put you through puberty again, peptide use is showing no signs of slowing down. For another video on a ridiculous drug, click this to hear the story of Galaxy Gas, the viral nitrous oxide.
Keep that key handy, finish by me, handy, that. I got it. Let's watch this first.
10 minutes with this Guna.
So bad about being with me.
Shut your And then the worst fate of them all, being memed. Now, is being memed a fate worse than death? No, I dragged the hell out of that. It's really dependent on the circumstances, but it can get pretty bad. But hey, I've also found that there can be a plus side. But I think the best way to see the effects is by looking at some cases of people who've been memed. Now, obviously being memed has to be tied to a real person. Something like Triple T doesn't really affect anyone. You know, maybe except this guy who people say looks like Sahur. I can't lie, I kinda see it. But the first example that comes to mind will be our recent TikTok memes like Sun. Now Sun is operating at a level only comparable to Kirkification. The amount of variations I've seen of Sun is ridiculous.
Bro, when your rage was drinking the Sun
I promise you,
drink,
chronically online people are the real creators.
it was,
and the crazy
it
thing
was
is the
even
Sun
worse.
meme started off as just this image of Anthony Mackie, who most people know as a Falcon in like a bunch of Marvel movies and all that. But the crazy part is that his character's name is Sam Wilson. This shit really write itself. But this image of Anthony Mackie has been a meme since even before Sun. I don't know why, but it's something about his smile. People are saying he looks like he knows something about you, which low-key. Cause it's like the Janet Jackson smile. It looks mad mischievous, and I'm saying it's all in the mouth and cheeks. But someone like Anthony Mackie, it's hard to really assess how he'd react to these memes because he just mainly avoids it. And the only thing I could find of Anthony Mackie commenting on this meme is him liking a comment of somebody saying to leave him alone with all the Sun shit. Now I couldn't find the original comment, but I remember seeing it, so just take my word for it. So I'm guessing he's not too upset with it, but people are just doing too much like they normally do. On his Instagram, damn near every single one of his comments has something to do with Sun, which the meme cannot be funny enough for you to be going to his personal page just to troll someone.
Sun.
Okay, maybe he can, but still. And the only other thing I can find of him reacting to his memes is this interview of him being asked about the "he looks like he knows something about you" meme.
I've seen this before and I still don't get it. I want to get it. I want to be like
the same one.
Yeah, I still don't. Do you get it?
Don't look at me like that. You don't know anything about me.
This nigga's trolling. But someone like Anthony Mackie, you know, they'll definitely be fine. He's making millions of dollars off all their movies. You know, he's in the highest grossing movie of all time. And he's the one that dropped this mean-ass line, too.
On your left.
Yeah, he'll be fine. This isn't the worst way to get memed. But for something like music,
On your left.
being memed is like this Charlie Kirk looking ass nigga. You want to avoid it. I really don't like this bad nigga,
They
by the way.
should
Shout out the
Kai
actor, though. You know, he did a
Cenat
good job.
fucking
Let's separate the actor from the role, please. Let's also stop sending Black Snape death threats.
We got to draw some lines. This shit getting out of hand.
Now, I was segueing to talk about music memes, but let me do this little side rant real quick, which is sort of on topic if you consider Black Snape a meme. Which, take a look at this. This shit's a meme, right? But one small little tiny thing, right? The smallest, most petite little minuscule thing. Why did whoever this jester of a casting director is, right? Why did the character that gets bullied for the way that he looks and people don't trust him for the way that he looks, why did they make him black? Everybody racist in Harry Potter, I guess. Which they low-key already were. Alright, I could make a whole video on J.K. Rowling and the bullshit she put on the page. But back to the music. Doobie Scoot Gnu.
You know,
is it just me or am I seeing this absolutely everywhere? And looking at if it had a net positive or negative on who people are calling Withered Lucky and Funtime Drewski, it's gonna be kind of hard. Because on one side, Funtime Drewski is I'm not gonna call him that. But on the other side, people are drawing these fuck-ass comparisons on how he looks. Which I don't think is really that deep, because if you look like them, I mean, you look like them, what else can you really do? And at first glance, it really just looks like people are making fun of the song. Which, it's in some high-ass pitch, it's not in English, the beat is unconventional as shit. You can see why somebody would be inclined to hate on it. But the guy who made this song, whose name is beyond my tongue, I don't think he's really receiving a lot of hate. And that's the thing with a lot of people who get memed. They're not necessarily receiving hate, it's just being the butt of the joke and being trolled. And a lot of people can't handle that, which is honestly fair when people take it too far. But I would say a good amount of people are just enjoying the song for how fun and catchy it is.
You ruined that song.
Versus something like Coworker Music.
I'm the fucking king of the sea. Sometimes I get a little bit angry. All the folks up above.
Now, memes about Coworker Music are almost purely mockery. If somebody's calling your song burger music, like the shit they would play at a millennial burger shop with their starter pack, it's most definitely a diss. And I'll say the artist making the Coworker Music will perceive it as a diss. Being a coworker is really just another way of saying but. Even though if you have coworkers, you're a coworker, but you know, we all the main characters in our lives. Now, a lot of songs have been given the title of Coworker Music. Some that you would recognize would be songs like Thick of It.
If I laugh, hang up. Sing it.
I'm in the thick of it, everybody.
Which I would say actually ended up having a net positive for KSI, even though he seemed like he hated people trolling him for
That's
it.
probably why he left.
Being a meme or
Yes!
Why are you
because it's my music. Bo, I don't think you understand. When you spend your time, hours in the studio, working on beats, working on music, working on lyrics. They know me where it snows, I skied in and they froze. I do not know nothing by no ice, I'm just cold.
But I swear people have to be trolling KSI at all times. Right now it's a leaving the Sidemen shit, but I'm convinced he has the worst fan base ever. And another piece of Coworker Music, I'm running all over the place, blue in the face. which I would say is low-key the better side of coworker music. It was just kind of cringe. It wasn't necessarily bad. And do not take that as I'm bumping this behind closed doors. Never that. Y'all are not ready for my playlist. But the guy who made this song leaned into the memes. And not in a cringy, I'm trying to show you that I don't care, so I'm just gonna make fun of myself way.
I am become meme.
Like and subscribe. But I've never really seen somebody be discouraged from music after being memed, which I think they've realized something that a lot of people need to, and that's the fact that there's a market for everything.
So you guys here for the Dax concert? Yep. Oh yeah, this is perfect. That's what I like to hear. You guys real Dax fans or? Yeah. Real Dax fans?
Even if somebody's exploring something creative that to you is the worst thing in the world.
No, I'm just kidding. I got a buddy out in the city, boys, they hate it.
Someone is gonna mess with it. So being overly negative and telling people to like quit, it's just never really been the answer. But what I see pretty often is somebody that's had success in music just randomly get switched up on and be memed. And my examples today will be Hobo Johnson, NF, and Dax. Mount Rushmore of coworker music if Mount Rushmore had 3 heads. And these guys just make the music that's easy to make fun of, which all I have to say is somebody's gotta do it. So respect to all the artists putting music out there for all the co-workers. But what I think is crazy is you could be randomly going about your day, and some interviewer guy could ask you a question. A camera can catch you courtside of a WNBA game. You could have a questionable reaction to a young woman dancing, and all of a sudden you're a front page meme on TikTok. And again, this can be a good or bad thing depending on the person. Some of you might recognize this guy. If you don't, this young gentleman right here is the blueprint.
I think girls like this kind of stuff, like a bad boy. It's not a good guys, so I try to be a little bit bad boy.
If this was anybody else that ended up saying this and getting memed, they would be getting slaughtered. But this is Gary Singh we're talking about. It just comes across so innocent. Instead of some grown-ass man talking about how he's a bad boy.
I call this bad boy just badass. It's clean, it's simple, but it's an incredible way to still be...
While there is some straggling haters, they just don't understand that this is the realest guy ever. He even had to clear up what kind of a bad boy he is.
But yeah, kind of. But not really hurt or harm people, not anything else, but just on a dance floor, I'm a bad boy.
The bad boy.
And they did a post-meme interview, and it didn't show the horrors of being memed. He talked about all the positivity that he's been receiving.
I got a lot of compliments, like a lot of comments, and they say, who's Messi? Gary's the GOAT.
So would you look at that? In the right situations, there is some positives to getting memed.
Sensational.
And then there's also this clip.
Oh.
Now this is just bad looks if I've ever seen bad looks. And what's even worse is he's not
you
helping
better
himself.
have been reading off a script.
Like 10. See the oh shit came from, you know, like oh shit, like you see that.
Yeah, I've seen enough. Pack him up. But being memed for saying or doing something cringe or corny, that happens to so many people now that I really think about it. Like that bit tough. He even got a post meme interview.
Why did you say da big guy?
Da big guy. Because that's just like how I talk and that's how I grew up. So like that was like the first thing that came to mind.
But being memed for saying a phrase has to suck, especially just for the way that you said it. Like people making fun of how you said it, but you're also constantly getting asked to say it over and over again. I would lose my mind. But anywho, there's also memes like TikTok Riz Party, I'm no longer in the US. But what all these memes have failed to do is capitalize to the level of Hawk Tour. Now if all things go to plan, this video is titled The Horrors of Being Memed. Now this was horrific for Haley Welch, maybe besides a few clips.
Do you really Hachtung, or were you just having a laugh there?
I was just having a laugh there.
So you're not a spitter.
Ew, nigga. But I think Haley Welch capitalized on her meme like nobody has ever done. And she stayed relevant for a longer time than any meme should ever be relevant because she just fully leaned into it.
You really gotta put your emphasis. Yeah, you're not saying Tua, you're saying tuh. You know? Like you gotta really put your back into it.
Not just fully leaned into it, as a matter of fact, expanded it. Like Hawk Tour and Talk Tour are arguably 2 separate memes. She even had merch that she was making money from, which let me find out one of you have a Hawk Tour shirt. And just Talk Tour by itself, as hard as it is to listen to, still definitely made a bag. And as her time was expiring and it was time to move on to the next meme, she hit the meanest crypto rug pull and dipped with the money. But the crazy part is Haley Welch was not some sort of marketing genius. She just had management that rinsed her of every possible dollar that she can make and then blinded her to a crypto scam.
My TikTok, and the next thing I know, oh, yep, Haley Welch is going to jail. And I was like, what did I do? Why am I going to jail, you know?
But how can you stay mad at Hawk Tour? She has that same southern accent as that one little black kid trying to say Matilda.
Name, just like...
Matilda.
Madilda?
I mean...
Medea?
Matilda.
Matita?
Matilda. You know the movie?
That's a movie.
Yeah, It's a book too.
But anyways, other people have attempted to capitalize off their memes, and not in a ninja dragging the low taper fade way. TK, the guy that pretty much invented 6-7, which I know it's 2026, we're done with that 6-7 shit, but let me do this real quick. He launched 6-7 Water, and that was a massive success, which was really following in the footsteps of Prime, the most successful memed product ever. So, you know, message of the video, be memed, but at your own risk.
Her name is Megan.
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 How do you spell vegan?
V-E-G-A-N.
And that says what?
Vegan.
Okay. How do you spell Megan?
M-E-G-A-N.
So what does that say?